The incredible creator, Annie Austin, recently did a video where he figured out how many trees there are in Skyrim. It's a really cool video, link is in the description if you want to check it out. But he missed one important tree while he was going through his process. We'll get to that tree and why it's important in the game, and more in a bit. Anyway, that video got me looking at trees more while I play. If you're thinking I'm the weird one, then listen to this. There's one tree in the game that I'd wager you've passed at least 100 times, but probably never thought about it very much. It's called the Gildergreen. There's a quest line associated with it, where you find out it was actually once a small cutting from the mother tree known as the Eldergleam. Ultimately, it's your role to revive the tree as it was struck by lightning and died. Oh, you don't remember this quest? The one where you learn that the Eldergleam is said to be the oldest living thing in Skyrim? I'm starting to think you haven't even played the game. This tree is harder than steel and can't be cut except with a dagger imbued with ancient dark magic. How is that less memorable than the guy who stole the golden claw? Arvel? I know you remember his name. Anyway, moving on. So why does this tree even matter? Well, to your gameplay, it really doesn't. When you finish the quest, you don't get anything except access to master level restoration training. But if you take a moment and really immerse yourself in the world, this tree has massive importance to the people of Skyrim. The Eldergleam is revered as a holy emblem, a representation of the goddess Kinnereth, who's a widow of the first god of the Nords, Shor. The goddess is said to have created men and brought life to the landscape as she sent her breath down from the throat of the world. The Eldergleam is the purest representation of Kinnereth. Even its sap can revive trees and whole landscapes. But you can't just walk up and ask nicely. The only tool that you can cut the Eldergleam with is a dagger called Nettlebane. It was forged by hag-ravens, corrupted women who gave up their humanity for power, and it was designed to kill nature. Even the quest giver Danica won't touch the dagger. She calls it that foul thing. But you need it. You can't reach the tree without it. As players, we don't get to see the real power of the mother tree in any meaningful way, except in reviving the Gildergreen in Whiterun. So most players move on from the quest and never think twice about the tree or the quest line, since it wasn't that cool anyway. But I've got a strange mind that's endlessly fascinated with seeing how video games can teach us more about our lives. Speaking of that, I want to put in a quick shameless plug for my community. If this video ends up resonating with you, I really hope you'll consider subscribing and joining my Discord so you can interact with others who feel similarly. I say that Annie Austin missed this tree because I think if he looked into it, he'd be fascinated by it too. We've talked about the tree and its importance in Skyrim, but how does it have any connection to our lives? I'll show you. The Gildergreen didn't wither over time. Something sudden took it out. That's often what happens to us too. A layoff, a health scare, someone you love gets a diagnosis that you weren't ready for. The things in your life that were growing just fine can get hit by something you never saw coming, and when they do, the quest tells us there's only one place to go. On the flip side though, we all have so much going on which can bring the same decay as a sudden event. Maybe your spouse is struggling deeply with depression and/or anxiety. Your toddler's getting surgery that'll make them immobile for months. You enjoy your job and you get to spend plenty of time with your loved ones, but you're just not making enough money. Or perhaps, like me, you're struggling to find balance with everything in life and often see your ideas, your hopes, your dreams sort of wither away when you can't give them the time and attention they need. This is where the Eldergleam can teach us a lesson which can be found in a single question. What is the purest form of you that can bring life to all other aspects of your life? Maybe you've thought about this before and can answer it easily, or maybe you can't. But getting to your Eldergleam is often more difficult than identifying it. Because the game makes this physical, the Eldergleam's own roots block your path to the trunk. You literally have to cut your way through them to reach it. Your career, your responsibilities, the very things that grew from your ambition and your love, they become the walls between you and your source. The more your life grows, the harder it becomes to get back the thing that made it all grow in the first place. And then the game asks you a second question. What do you do when you finally get there? Remember Nettlebane? You can take that dark, painful dagger and hack it into the Eldergleam and drain its sap to fix the Gildergreen. Extract from your source to patch what's broken. And the game doesn't let you off easy for it. The whole sanctuary turns hostile. You took from your center and everything suffered for it. But there is another path, the one many players never find. That's about approaching your center with patience, with reverence, and instead of draining yourself to repair what's broken, something new grows. The NPC that makes this possible, Maurice, says this line in the game, and I think Bethesda wrote the thesis of this video for me. He says,
Danica will want to see that the true blessings of nature lie in renewal, not a slavish maintenance.
That landed with me, because I know what it feels like to drain myself trying to fix things, pulling all-nighters to keep YouTube going while running on fumes at work the next day. That's the Nettlebane approach. I'm hacking away at my own center to keep the visible parts of my life alive, and it costs me every time. If you're struggling with something, or watching areas in your life wither away, you can come back to your center, your purpose, the purest form of you, and pull from that to revitalize the areas where you're struggling. The question is whether you drain yourself to keep patching what's broken, or whether you slow down long enough to let something new grow from it. When I feel like I can't keep going at work or with YouTube, I usually look inside to my Elder Gleam to get the drive to continue forward. It's the reason I created this video. It's so easy for me to get in a funk and compare myself to others, which leads to my creativity or my work ethic withering away. Or perhaps there's sudden things that take it out, sort of like the Gildergreen tree in Whiterun. But then I stop and remind myself of my why and bring vitality right back into those endeavors. And Danica says something about the Elder Gleam that I thought was pretty interesting. She says, trees like this never really die. They only slumber. Whatever your Elder Gleam is, your drive, your creativity, the thing that makes you feel like yourself, it goes dormant. It's still in there. You likely don't have to build a new one. You just need to wake it up. Humans have always known this. The Norse had Yggdrasil, the world tree connecting all realms of existence, and Bethesda pulled heavily from Norse mythology when building Skyrim, so this isn't an accident. Tolkien wrote the White Tree of Gondor with almost the exact same setup. Sacred tree in the center of a great city, descended from an ancient ancestor, dies and must be restored during the story. We keep coming back to this idea that there's a source, a living center, a place that you can return to when you need strength elsewhere in life. The Elder Gleam is Bethesda's version of a story humans have been telling ourselves forever. The next time you pass the Gildergreen in Whiterun, I hope you think of the mother tree. And hopefully, Any Austin will do a cooler video on that tree someday too. Thank you very much for checking out my video. Subscriber or not, I'm grateful for you. And for those who have been longtime supporters, this channel is doing what it's doing because of you. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Go find your Elder Gleam. Thanks. See ya.